Hey folks, Rob from Rob's Movie Collection, and going through my comic book collection here, all these old boxes that I have, kind of in the garage there, all the way back through over there where you can't see it. But I've been slowly trying to replace the old boxes with the good actual comic boxes. So little by little, so I'm going to show you what I got in one of the boxes here. It's kind of been wanting to do this for a while anyway. So let's start with that. So this is the one I'm going to work on today, since I just happened to make a video about Aquaman. This one contains my Aquaman comics, Robin, Star Trek, Star Wars. So let's see. Now, these two here, I swear I don't even remember buying these. This must have been like at the end of my comic collecting era. $2.95, so I was probably getting to the point where I couldn't afford them anymore. I wasn't working, I don't think, then. But Wedding of Luke and Mara, boy, just looking at these, I'm kind of thinking about how differently it could have gone in the movies, and how badly the direction they picked. Where here you've got Luke and ending up with someone. You got Han and Leia in here as well somewhere, and there's Han. That's pretty cool. And I only got two of them, so actually I think I might end up going to the comic book store and seeing if they happen to have these. Because these are Dark Horse. But the first comics, Star Wars comics, I wanted to show you guys. I don't have a lot of them, or at least I don't think I do. Seems like not a lot, but I know I have more somewhere. But anyway, back in the day, in the 70s, this was the first comic, Star Wars comic. These first six are the ones that tell the story of the actual first movie, Star Wars, back when it was called Star Wars and not Star Wars A New Hope. This is somehow Chewbacca. I don't know about that. It's more like Bigfoot. These comic covers used to frustrate me when I was a kid because they had nothing to do with the movie. That one kind of. He looks a little more like Chewbacca there. And this is the 6th issue, so this one involves the Death Star trench, and a scene that, of course, never appeared in the movie. But, so, I've got them in bags and boards now, but they're not in the greatest condition, as you will see in a second here. I'm sure those of you who collect comics can see just how badly these are. This is before I really started collecting comics, and I didn't really know about it. I was just a kid, so I was, but I think it's, I'm not sure what edition it is. I think it's, I got them when they first came out, so let's see here. I don't know if this is probably where it says. Published, Volume 1, Number 1, July 1977. Copyright 1977. Cost, how much did it cost here? It doesn't say. 35 cents, of course it says it right there. 35 cents. That's how much comics cost back in the day, youngsters. And they came with these great little ads, these fun ads for things that you can order. That was always cool. And I remember being frustrated the way they drew Luke. I mean, of course, at the time, Star Wars probably, I don't know how that works when they do these film adaptations, but maybe it's before the movie comes out and they don't really know the actors that well. I know sometimes the dialogue is a little different. Maybe that's because initially they get the original script, and then of course it's changed when they're filming. Here's this guy, look at all these ads, karate. Princess Leia, a lot more busty than Carrie Fisher was. But here's the big scene that was cut out of the movie. That's kind of cool. Something we never saw in these ads for, look at that. These ads for these toys, these Marvel toys. At the time, I didn't have a lot of these comics, so I would just see these pictures here and thought, oh, those are cool heroes, I want to get those. But there either were no comic stores back then, or there probably were, but I didn't know about them yet, or I was too young to go. Obviously, I couldn't drive or anything. But I used to get them from 7-Eleven mostly. So, yeah. You just might want to look at that somewhere around here. And then look at this. It's just a bunch of stuff about ultimate space fantasy. You guys can see that. Maybe I'm not. Hope you guys can actually see all this. I know I'm in the sun here. Foom, I remember that. Foom, this fan magazine, the Marvel fan magazine. That's cool. Oh my God, I'm going back in time here. Star Trek. Somewhere along the way in one of these, you're going to see probably stuff like pen marks and stuff, because I wanted to change the dialogue because I knew the dialogue and it wasn't this. And here's these Twinkie commercials, these ads using the heroes, Spider-Man and Madam Web. And it's all resolved because of some Twinkies. Yay. So, yeah, that's cool. Swing that lightsaber, Ben, or we're finished. I don't recall the cantina scene being that exciting, and I certainly don't recall Luke firing his gun. Look, Roy Thomas, Howard Chaykin, illustrator. Yeah, that's very interesting. There's that guy again, Joe Weider. Same old ads. Same ads as always, but yeah, pretty interesting. Here's a Spalding ad in the back of the magazine with Rick Barry and Dr. J. I don't remember Rick Barry, but I remember Dr. J, even though I was never into sports, but Dr. J was a big enough hero and character that I knew about him. And advertising Spalding basketballs. So it says here, this is issue 3, it says here, this is a reprint of a previously published issue, so it's probably not the first edition. But still from 1977. I don't know if these are worth anything in the condition that I have them in, but probably wouldn't give them up anyway, just because of nostalgia reason. You know, how much money can you make off of it? You're not going to be a millionaire or anything. It's just more valid to me to keep it. Here's a typical comic book line. He's heading for that small moon, but we're gaining on him. That's no moon, Mr. Solo. It's a space station. You're crazy. It's way too big to be a holy. And then, of course, the obligatory, I've got a bad feeling about this. A nice little ad for shooting, for guns. Daisy, growing up with American boys since 1886. This is an actual gun, or maybe it's a BB gun. Yeah, okay. It's like that movie, the Christmas movie. And here's weird-looking Chewbacca again. So, Slurpees, yes, 7-Eleven. I was always wondering, who the hell is this guy? This is issue 5. Luke Skywalker strikes again. Harry Chewbacca were being attacked by the Death Stars. Too late, kid, we're finished. Because, you know, that's how it originally happened in the movie, I guess. I love this ad. Listen, gang, if you dig dynamite, I did dig dynamite. That was an awesome little magazine. I have one here somewhere. If I ever find it, I'll show it to you guys. Another great kids magazine, Pizzazz. I remember Pizzazz. And this, believe it or not, is supposed to be Stan Lee. This is Stan the Man. Very different from the guy you see in the cameos in the modern day Marvel movies, but yeah, that was Stan Lee back in the day, I guess. Howard the Duck. Yeah, a lot of the same stuff here, but this was Star Wars. Of course, the classic issue 6, the classic trench battle scene. Prepare to die by the immortal gods of the Sith. See, why didn't they have dialogue like that in the movie? And of course, Han Solo comes in. You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing so we can all go home. Muscle. And big explosion, yeah. Good shot, kid. That was 1 in a million. Glad you were here to see it. Now let's get some distance before that thing goes supernova. Oh, yeah. And it did. It's pretty supernova-y. Don't remember who that guy is. So, don't know. Look at that. And then, of course, big happy ending. And the great thing about it was, wow, there was more adventures. Now, remember, this is 1977. We still had 3 years to go before we actually had more Star Wars adventures in The Empire Strikes Back. and we didn't have anything back then. There was no anything, internet or anything. So you just had to, and of course, teach yourself how to play music, because So I think I just didn't have money back then, so I just skipped what came afterwards until Empire came out 3 years later, and then I collected the Empire ones. I don't think. Let's see how much further I went after that. Yeah, a couple more here. Oh, I remember this guy. It's like a samurai, which makes sense considering that the Star Wars thing was based on that. And just kind of went from there. And finally, he kind of looked like actually Luke. I think this was a water guy. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, and there's Robin. So, yeah. So I got some Star Wars there. This video's already gone way too long. Sorry, guys. The rest of the box is Robin. The Tim Drake Robin. That's the Robin that I liked. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm even getting any of this on camera here. This is why I don't do handheld stuff. Tom Grumet doing the, sorry, there you go, the artwork. I always liked Tom Grumet on Robin. How do you guys do this handheld all the time? So many of you guys do it like this. I always have a tripod so I can concentrate on what I'm doing. Trying to look at the camera and what I'm doing down here. Sorry if it's off sometimes. But yeah, I collected a lot of Robin actually, because I really enjoyed the Tim Drake years. And then there's that, Death in the Family. And that. And over on this side, got some Aquaman. But before Aquaman, I've got Star Trek. Yeah, a lot of Star Trek stuff. All these were Star Trek. This is the adventures of the Enterprise crew, the original Enterprise crew, the Kirk and company, continued from the movies, from Star Trek 2 on, which I liked. That was like that period. I think we even have some of the Next Generation there. So. And then the rest of them, like I was talking about, Aquaman. All these are Aquaman. This is what I was talking about in my Aquaman video. I've got a lot of these Aquaman series that I enjoyed. Oh, here's that one that I think I actually showed this one, picture of this one in my last video. And the one where he gets his hand eaten off and he goes into Moody Aquaman, Superboy, Moody Aquaman time. So yeah, all of these are Aquaman. Got his hair, Kurt Swan. Hey, Kurt Swan. Remember Kurt Swan? And oh, here's this mini-series, I think it was, with Aquaman, where you had the blue suit. Oh, got these backwards. There he is. Yeah, a mini-series. Yeah, he had this different outfit that they gave him. I don't know, it was kind of, I mean, the colors kind of made sense for someone who's in the ocean. It kind of made more sense in orange and green, but in the end, I'm glad he went back to the original costume. So anyway, there you go. That's one box. That's one of the boxes I'm going to replace. And little by little, I'll replace all these crappy old boxes with the new decent boxes there. So, okay. Yeah, just a little something there for you guys to look at, so you believe that I actually, when I talk about comics and how I used to collect, I'm serious. I did used to collect. I may not nowadays as much, but I did used to collect them. So there you go. All right. This is Rob from Rob's Movie Collection. Actually, movies, but also comics once in a while. So, all right. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.